Robbie TV, Shake back here. We back live with it, baby. Yeah, man. Back live with it. Couple topics to talk about. I ain't really have too much to talk about today. You know what I mean? So we gonna speak on these. It is a lot of topics to talk about, though. I be forgetting about the topics. I'm thinking about it. You feel what I'm saying? But we definitely gonna speak with this. That Kensington and PA. They call that zombie land. You know what I mean? They did a big ass raid up there and a big ass indictment. So I want to see how the streets look up there now since they did that indictment. You feel what I'm saying? So we gonna touch on that. And then we got Max B, Jim Jones. You know what I mean? We just seen that you know, we see how Jim Jones feeling about the situation. You know what I mean? Like I said, this been a little before my time. You feel what I'm saying? So I ain't really know about, you know, I knew about Jim Jones, but I never really knew about Max B. I ain't really find out about Max B probably until maybe about 7 years, maybe about like 2017, 2016. Yeah, because it was clips just going around with Max B. Like, I just kept seeing clips of him, you know what I mean? Him talking and shit, him counting the money, you know what I mean? Him doing the wavy and all that, you know what I mean? But I never knew who he was. Then I just, you know, I heard the stories about him and all that. And I just always liked his character, you know what I mean? I always liked his persona, you know what I mean? So that's why, you know, I just gravitated to him. I never knew who he was for real. And now, you know, I'm starting to go back on his music and shit. Yo, yeah, it's a couple bangers for real. Max B actually was a better rapper than Jim Jones to me. You know what I mean? So, we gonna touch on that situation. I just seen the shit where they was beefing. They said they was beefing over really from what I seen that it said they was beefing over Jim Jones was trying fucking son Max B for real. Put him in a bad deal from what they saying, you know what I mean? And I know we touched on it a couple days ago, but I just seen the video when Max B was going crazy over was going dumb on Jim Jones' girl. And I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, yo, if I was Jim Jones, I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't, man, I'd have said fuck both of them, because all the shit that Max B was said that Jim Jones' girl did, I don't give a fuck. She was my girl before that, bitch. I can't talk. I can't be with you though, boy. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like we gotta respectfully, we got to part ways. Cause yo, if this man sitting up here talking all this and that, like I don't even want no girl that my enemy or nigga I'm beefing with didn't had. You know what I mean? Touch, had, talk to, with nothing. I don't want nothing to do with her. You feel me? So. Yeah, we're going to touch on that situation. Oh, yeah, and then the main situation we got, the main topic is these CDL drivers, bro. Like, I'm saying, like, I don't know if y'all been saying, there been a lot of accidents lately with these CDL truck drivers across the country. Like, it was a couple in Florida, couple in California. I seen a couple that was in, the other one that happened, that real bad one that happened, that was in, I think that was what, California. So basically they saying that these CDL drivers illegal immigrants, you know what I mean? Which I say, I ain't got no problem with nobody making no money. You know what I mean? Yo, make your money, bro, you know? But I do got a problem if they giving motherfuckers that ain't even a citizen of this country a CDL drive, they ain't even got a license, you know what I mean? Or an ID, they a legal alien, you know what I mean? And I understand if they want to work, they want, you know what I mean? But they gotta, like, still, some of these CDL drivers can't even speak English. Like, yo, it's a video. I'm gonna find it for y'all. I got, let's get the pilot. Yeah, but it's a video of he might have been Chinese or Korean or something, but it was a video of a Korean or a Chinese CDL driver. He got pulled over. He was chilling somewhere in like a You know what I mean? He was in his truck and he was somewhere where you couldn't really chill at for real. So the state trooper and all that pulled up on him. So he get that talking to him, man. It was funny, but it wasn't funny. Because the driver, the CDL driver, he was a Chinese guy, yo, he speak a blick of English. Like, yo, the police officer like, read this, read that, what this sign say, what that sign say, yo, he was just making up anything. Like, yo, was repeating the same shit 3 times. Yo, that shit crazy, but that just goes to show you that, yo, these CDL drivers out here that's getting these, driving these big rigs and these tractor trailers, yo, some of them ain't even illegal. They not even citizens, bro. They illegal aliens. You feel me? And my main thing is that shit they causing major accidents on the road. You feel me? Because on the one end, they barely speak English. You know what I mean? They can't even read the signs. They ain't even, you know what I mean? They not even they can't read the signs. You feel me? They can't pronounce the words. They don't even know what the signs mean. They just giving motherfucking CDLs. So that shit is causing a hazardous on the road, because if you behind a CDL truck or behind a truck driver or something, and he doing some shit that he not supposed to be doing, and it ain't just illegal immigrants, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna put it all on them. You got American citizens that's doing, you know what I mean, doing dumb shit with these CDL trucks. But the main thing is what we need to do, and I feel like they need to do, is, as far as America, that, yo, we gotta go through a full, thorough, you know what I mean, what's the word I'm looking for? Like training. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure these motherfuckers can speak English. Make sure they know how to read signs. Because what they saying is, they saying motherfuckers is going to sanctuary cities like California, New York, and all these other places that got these sanctuary cities. You feel what I'm saying? And they giving out CDLs to illegal immigrants. You know what I mean? Which is, you know, is dangerous. You feel what I'm saying? Because, yo, these illegal immigrants, man, they can't even read the signs. Now, if you and I'm not throwing the illegal immigrants under the bus, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't got no problem with the illegal immigrants. You feel what I'm saying? All I just want to be is, when I'm driving on the highway, I don't want to, you know what I mean, be involved in a crash, or, you know, just fucking my life would get put in danger because of a CDL driver that came from a sanctuary state, then drove through my state and you know, can't even read the signs. He doing what he want, you know what I mean? He ain't got no care in the world. You feel what I'm saying? So his life, he don't care about his life. He damn sure ain't gonna give a fuck about my life. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like, yo, they need to do something about it. They need to crack down on that. You know what I mean? And I ain't even gonna sit here and say, like, yo, I'm all for you get your money. Like, I'm not against the legal immigrants. If they want to work, they need to be over here legally. You know what I mean? Because if you're a legal immigrant, you're not paying. My main thing is, bro, I pay my taxes. If you're a legal immigrant, you're not paying no taxes. You know what I mean? That's an unjustly unfair advantage that I got. Because I'm paying, they taking money out my check to fund, you know what I mean, illegal immigrants and shit like that, when these motherfuckers ain't paying nothing. They pocketing all their money. That's the problem I got with it. Like, yo, these pay your debt. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you gotta pay your debt, yo. If you in this country illegally, you ain't paying taxes. You feel what I'm saying? And then that's the fucked up part, where it's like they tax the American citizens like us. They tax us out the ass. We get taxed on everything. You feel what I'm saying? But then it's like legal immigrants, they ain't getting taxed. And they coming to this bitch making top dollar. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, and I understand they want to work, and I ain't got no problem with them working, but it's all about how you do it, bro. You know what I mean? Like, they over this bitch causing major accidents, and they go like these last 5-6 accidents that been going on, man, with these major tractor trailers that been killing people, they've all been illegal immigrants, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, it gotta get to a point, and they said it, yo, you know what I mean? And I ain't with the police. I don't even fuck with the police. You know what I mean? I don't. But right is right and wrong is wrong, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm driving on the highway on the fucking 95 or somewhere, and the big ass tractor trailer trying to make an illegal U-turn. You know what I mean? Like, he know he fucking dead wrong. He not supposed to be doing that. But you know, in them other countries, yo, they don't give a fuck. Them other countries, man, they don't care. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they don't be tripping. Because they don't got rules. They you know what I mean? They drive however they want. They don't give a fuck how the rules is on the road. You gotta think, yo, these motherfuckers is hauling tons and tons and tons. You feel what I'm saying? Fucking 500 tons and shit. You know what I mean? Like, them big ass tractor trailers, man. You feel me? So let me show y'all the video that I seen. Shit crazy, yo. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shit definitely crazy. And I ain't sitting here saying that I want, the lead, because we need truck drivers. And to be honest with you, a lot of, they want a lot of illegal immigrants. They do want to come over here and do want to start a family and start and I ain't got no problem with that. Now, like, so you got to pay your taxes. You got to come to this bitch the right way. You got to pay your taxes. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because they taking taxes from me. Now, if I had to pay taxes, all right, y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. I ain't tripping. You know what I mean? But, bro, with the fact that I got to pay taxes my damn self, and they taxing me to help y'all, and y'all ain't even getting taxed. No, I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that at all. Yeah, babe. So let me show y'all. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. Robbie TV. Yeah, babe. What did I say in this video? It was. Damn, I watched a lot of shit. I think that was that was like last week I seen that video. Let me see. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel. There we go, yeah, bonehead truckers.
Getting a loan to pay off debt makes no sense. I used to think that too, but my credit cards were hitting me with 25% interest rate. So
the motorcyclist drove into the truck doing that U-turn and passed away. Now, obviously, hey guys, welcome to Bonehead Truckers. So this
shout out to this guy, Bonehead Trucker.
Email from a mother of a motorcyclist that passed away. There was a truck up in Wisconsin, and we'll take a look at where in Wisconsin.
It's Wisconsin. Oh, you got Wisconsin, you got California, you got Florida, and probably plenty of states too. But these are the ones that I heard about.
Here in a second. And she and the truck was doing a U-turn, and the motorcyclist drove into the truck doing that U-turn and passed away. Now, obviously, we know as truck drivers, U-turns are a big no-no, and many a times it is illegal. In this case, the driver was given 2 citations and was let go, and she's looking for answers. Now, the driver's name was Ayad Hassan Sheikh Nur. Now, I don't know if I said that correctly on the truck. And look here, let's take a look right. Now, this is looking to the south right here. And this is about the area. It didn't have to be in, I'm not sure if it's right here at the intersection. Oops. Don't know if it's right at the intersection, but this was the closest intersection, and it could have been. But this is a 4-lane highway, and the motorcycle was going southbound. Now, they said the truck got 2 citations or whatever, and they said that the kid in the motorcycle was going too fast to be able to stop. And us as professionals, we know that U-turns are a no-no. We don't do U-turns. Even if it's legal, most of the time it's only legal for cars, and they're not equipped for a semi-truck to do a U-turn. Most companies, if you do a U-turn, regardless, it doesn't matter. You get fired. It's company policies at most companies. But was
Here
right.
you go right here. And this an actual trucker saying this. You know what I mean? Which I mean is obvious. It's crazy though because I be seeing big ass I see trucks all the time do U-turns where my job at right here. And I'm on a major street, you know what I mean? My job is on like a major they would call like a route, you know what I mean? A route, you feel what I'm saying? So cars do be flying coming out. It's been a couple times where I done been driving down this motherfucker in a tractor trailer doing a U-turn. I'd have had to stop. The light been green. Everybody stopped. Just waiting for this big ass tractor trailer to just make this long ass U-turn. He know he did wrong for doing it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, but on the highway, I'd rather for them to do it on the street than on the highway, even though they're not supposed to do it at all. They're supposed to just, you know what I mean, take the next exit and just come around. You feel what I'm saying? But, you know, I ain't gonna say everybody bend and break the rules sometimes. So, you know, I get it, even though it can cost other motherfuckers their life. You feel me? But on the tip where it's though, like, okay, you know, you want to do a U-turn, but at least don't do it on no motherfucking highway. Motherfuckers going 70, 80, 90 miles. Some probably going 100 miles, which I mean is a little, is speeding. But at the minimum, the highway on the speed on the highway, bad minimum is 50, like 60 miles, 50, like 55, 60 miles. And that's on a slow highway. I mean, most highways is like 65, 70. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just the speed limit. Most niggas doing about 75 in the fast lane. You know what I mean? Close to 80. So you gotta think, yo, them motherfucking big ass tractor trailers, it take them a minute to do a U-turn. You feel what I'm saying? And it's gonna take them, it's gonna probably take you longer to slow down than it's gonna take them longer to, I mean, than how fast it's gonna take them to turn around. So by the time you done already probably noticed it or whatever, then it's already too late. You know what I'm saying? Then you going so fast, you going, even if you don't, you know what I mean, die on this, you gonna hit it. Especially on the highway. You feel what I'm saying? So yo, these truck drivers, I wanna get to the part where he put the no, this ain't it. Let me go to his page. Cause it was a video. The lady, she said that. Let me go to it. This was recent. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. Like, subscribe. Some video I seen.
All right, so listen up.
The lady of the Homeland Security, she even said it. She said that these illegal immigrants, they go into these sanctuary cities and acquiring a CDL without no type of training, maybe a little something here, there. You know what I mean? They barely can read English, speak English. You feel what I'm saying? Like that shit bad. Yeah, I think this shit right here. Let me see. Oh no, this ain't even it. Damn, where that video at? I seen that video, bro. But look, this one right here. This shit was bad too. I think this driver, I think he died. And he was in a motherfucking he wasn't in no car. He was in a work van.
It's an actual Amazon company driver. I've always heard different mixed things on them. So, but if you could tell up there, if you look up there, you could start to see some congestion. I'm seeing it and all that. They're starting to slow down up there. See, there's a slowdown. Here's a slowdown right here. See, all right, so I'm going to pause this right here. Now, as a professional driver, you see that slowdown. You think, okay, I'm going to get on the brakes and not run into people. But watch the Amazon.
And this happened
here.
in Ohio.
He did not.
Woo.
He did not stop. Let's go frame by frame right here.
God damn. Just imagine.
I'm not seeing any brakes. Look, as I'm look right here. See? You guys seeing any brakes? Look down there on the tractor. underneath the trailer there. Any brakes? No brakes. No
He
brakes.
hitting that bitch too.
No brakes. Still no brakes. No brakes. As a matter of fact, it still doesn't even appear. What did I see there? Is that a brake? Or that may be the sun. It doesn't know. There's still no brakes right there.
Look at that shit.
So, my question is, well, first of all, we know what happened. Amazon didn't stop. Everyone else stopped. You call it a chain reaction. No, everyone stopped except this guy.
He damn sure ain't stopped. Look, let's right here, go right here.
Right there, right? Those are cameras. Those are cameras that look back, right? So you have your regular camera or regular mirrors right there, but then you have your cameras looking back there. So it's added extra. If you think that this truck didn't have any accident mitigation that would hit the brake, so in case you didn't know what I'm talking about, there's like a little radar in front of the trucks, okay?
Yeah, like cars got it.
How far, if something failed right here.
Hold on, look how
there's no brakes applied. None whatsoever.
Yo, he crushed that truck, bro.
Just rams right up into him, pins that vehicle in front of that truck. That wasn't a chain reaction. That was one vehicle running into people.
That's exactly what it was.
You think?
That shit crazy. Like, look at him, yo. If you see the mayhem after this shit, yo. That shit crazy. Damn, where that video at, man? Let me see. I'm gonna have to go to your channel, then.
This wreck was in Dayton, Ohio, yesterday on Thursday, and
yeah, it was Ohio. Man, this shit getting wicked. Let me see. I seen it, man. Where the hell was that? It was a video I seen of. Let me see. When the fuck did I watch that? Let me see. That was. It had to be like Monday or something. Yeah, man. But yo, these truck drivers, man. Yo, you gotta think. Yo, you out this bitch hauling 50,000 pounds and all. Yeah, you can kill somebody with that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that shit is really like a weapon of mass destruction. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, that shit crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's why it's like, yo. Yeah, now speaking. Chain reaction. Just hopefully, let me see. I think that's it right here.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is highlighting an operation.
Yeah, that's it right here.
223 undocumented immigrants being arrested. Homeland Security
They just arrested 146 illegal CDL drivers. That's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's like, yo, these motherfucking CDL drivers, like, these illegal, it was only really coming to get the CDL driver like it's nothing. And I don't want to seem like a hater, because I never was that. It's enough money out here for everybody. You feel what I'm saying? But, yo, it gotta be, like, they gotta crack, they gotta do something about it, yo, because I don't want my motherfucking, and then what about the American truckers? You know what I mean? What about the, American citizens that want to get a CDLs? What about them? Pretty sure it's a lot of guys out here that, you know what I mean, that got a CDL or would like to get a CDL. What about the guys coming home from prison? You feel what I'm saying? Or the guys in prison. You know what I mean? But you say this guy's coming home from prison, or that's up for parole. You know what I mean? They go up, they got granted parole. You know what I mean? And Why there ain't no programs for them to help to get a CDL? So, you know what I mean? They can be learning while they in a halfway house or something like that. You know what I mean? That way when they get on the street, they can already have a, you know what I mean, a CDL and a nice paying job to, start their family and start their, start collecting some bread. Why they ain't got nothing like that for the American citizens, bro? You feel what I'm saying? It's on the tip where it's like, yo, they really, they feel like they trying to, like, do away with American in general. You know what I mean? American citizens. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they trying to push us to the back burner. You know what I mean? They see what they doing with Ukrainians and all that money to them. All this money to Israel. All this money to this, that, and third. Fuck our money at, bro. You know what I mean? With our tax paying, that ain't like it's free money. That's why Trump talking about this $2,000 stimulus. You damn right I'm looking for that. Well, all this money we going at, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's shit crazy because we paying taxes and all this shit, and our money just going down the drain. You know what I mean? They spending billions and billions and billions. You know what I mean? But yeah, this go right here. This what I was looking for. I was looking for this. It wasn't on that channel. It was another channel I checked out. And they said they arrested 146 illegal truck drivers, bro. That's in the country illegally. You know what I mean? And like I say, I'm not clapping for it because we need truck drivers. But on the other note too, you got to do things the right way, man. You got to do things the right way. You feel what I'm saying? And on the tip where though, like we see now is like a trend where a lot of illegal truck drivers is bending and breaking the rules as far as these trucks and injuring people. That's my main thing. If they wasn't injuring nobody, they was just always making their money, whatever. I'm like, that's fucked up. Which I mean, it still is kind of fucked up. But on the tip where though, like, yo, they in this motherfucker injuring people, man. They causing harm and all types of shit. You know what I mean? It gotta be something done. You feel what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be on the highway and the big-ass 18-wheeler come ram behind me. I'm lined up in the hospital on life support or something because big-ass 18-wheeler just ran behind me in my car. And it don't got to be all illegal immigrant. It could be a regular, because they fuck up too. Shit, they fuck up even more because I'm pretty sure it's more American citizen truck drivers than illegal immigrants, of course that. But, you know. And how would you feel if you was a truck driver and you was a American citizen and you got this illegal immigrant over here that came and get it? He had to go through half of the shit you had to go through, or he ain't getting they not on his ass like how they on your ass. You know what I mean? So this it right here though.
23 undocumented immigrants being arrested in Indiana. 146 were drivers, including semi-truck drivers and drivers of box trucks, buses, moving vans, and similar vehicles. The secretary claims undocumented immigrants are receiving driver's licenses in so-called sanctuary states.
We've seen over the years that they don't speak English. They can't read our road signs, that when they have enforcement activities with law enforcement officers, that they can't communicate with them, and it presents a danger many times over.
Those arrested in the operation received CDLs from more than 12 states. The secretary spoke in Gary, Indiana, after partnering with the state of Indiana on this operation.
A major law enforcement operation in Indiana led to the arrest of 223 illegal immigrants, including 146 truck drivers. This crackdown, part of Operation Midway Blitz, focused on removing unlicensed, undocumented drivers from highways to enhance public safety. Authorities highlighted concerns over drivers with criminal histories and those issued licenses from sanctuary jurisdictions like California, Illinois, and New York. The effort aims to prevent dangerous crashes and ensure highway safety for all Americans. I reported some of those recent tragedies. If you missed those videos, the links are below. But I'm glad they're stopping them at these way stations because it's crazy. You have these illegals going from state to state every day, interacting with law enforcement, and they fly under the radar and keep trucking. But now, since that federal memo enforcing like a 100-year rule, to have to know how to speak and read English in order to operate a truck, you have a lot of state DOT officers cracking down on these people driving tractor trailers and can't speak English.
You understand English?
Look, this what I'm talking right here. Like, yo, this shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. And I mean, they ain't gotta be fucking fluent. You know what I mean? Like, of course you're not gonna be fluent in, unless you was, you was raised here, whatever. But I mean, if you just came out the boat, you know what I mean, you're not gonna be fluent in English. I understand, but yo, you got at least know how to learn, know how to read the signs and shit. And be honest with you, you should like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, you putting other motherfuckers' lives in danger. This could be it could be a sign that say no 18-ton trucks down this road, and you got an 18-ton big ass tractor trailer. You come down this bitch, and next thing you know, it's a little steep hill or something. You can't hit the brakes or something too fast. You know what I mean? And I'm not just saying it got to do with illegal immigrants. I'm not going to put all the blame on them. You know, but it's just on the tip where as though, like, yo, I do want to feel safe. You feel what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. I ain't trying to get those, especially with those tractor trailers. Yeah, I'm telling you, even though he was a black nigga, though, I ain't gonna lie. So that go just tell you, too, it ain't just illegal immigrants. It's everybody. But it was a black nigga. I was coming down, I'm from Baltimore. I was coming down Liberty Road probably like 2 weeks ago. When I say it was this tractor trailer on my ass, like, yo, I'm looking like, God damn, bro, this nigga pulled beside me. Like, he was behind me. I get to the light, yo pulls beside me, bro. On a big ass, looking at me on a big ass track. He was a young guy too, probably like he was probably in his 30s. You know what I mean? Could have been my age, but like, he definitely was like he was young. He was young, under 35, definitely. Yo was in that bitch looking, man. Yo took off. Like, I mean, it's a tractor trailer, so of course he ain't take off that quick. But like, he was driving fast for him to be a truck. I'm like, damn, like, slow that bitch down, champ. You know what I mean? You is hauling 18,000 pounds, and not more than that. Shit, 50,000 pounds. You know what I mean? Because you gotta think the truck by itself probably about 18,000 pounds. Then you got the big ass trailer on the back. The trailer that it connect to. That bitch probably like another 50,000, probably like 30,000. Then if you got something inside that trailer, it could be anything, fruit, goods. You know what I mean? Technology, computer, it could be cars. That's another 50,000 pounds. So you hauling 200,000 pounds on the road. You know what I mean? Like, that shit crazy, yo. That shit, it really is that shit really scary for real. You get in an accident with a motherfucking tractor trailer, bro. You be lucky if you make it out. Be lucky. You know what I mean? Like, for real. But look, this right here, this is what I was talking about though. When I said the Chinese guy encountered the officer, yo, he just said the same shit. That shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie, if I was that officer, I'd have been like, come on, man. I'd have had to laugh. Like, I'd have had to laugh, man.
State DOT officers cracking down on these people driving tractor trailers and can't speak English.
You understand English? You do? Why did you park here? No good. Is there anybody else in the truck? Is there anybody else in the truck?
My company.
Your company. Okay, you don't understand English. What company do you work for?
The company, California.
California.
Your company's called California?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't understand me.
Do you think you'll ever
I
retire?
said, yeah, you don't understand me. I said, what company you work with? You say, California.
That's pretty optimistic.
Oh, man, yo, that shit crazy, man. Yeah, this ain't that. Let me make this clear, yo. I ain't got nothing against immigrants. You know what I mean? Now, illegally, I ain't go, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm not no cop. I'm not no police officer. I ain't the government. I don't give a fuck what you do. All I'm saying is, though, I'm a motherfucking, I don't like unfairness. You know what I mean? I think everything should be fair. Everything. And what is unfair is an illegal immigrant coming over to America, living the American dream, getting food stamps, ain't gotta pay no taxes, getting grants, you know what I mean? In this case, getting a CDL, you know what I mean? Like, and ain't paying no taxes, ain't contribute nothing to American society, probably don't even like America, for real. You know what I mean? Don't fuck with black people. Like, I got a problem against that. You know what I mean? Like, yo, that's what I don't like. Yo, you can't come to my country and expect what I got. You know what I mean? You know, you can work if you work hard enough, you can get it, or even more. You feel what I'm saying? But you can't come to, I say come to somebody else's house and expecting unwanted. You know what I mean? Or I'm gonna say unauthorized. I'm gonna say unauthorized. That's like coming to somebody's house unauthorized and expecting them to motherfucking be welcoming or cook you a 5-course meal or something. Like, nah, that's not how it go, man. You know what I mean? You gotta go through it the right way. And my main thing is, if you want to come to the country illegally, hey, I ain't tripping. But when your ass get caught, don't be crying. You know what I mean? Don't be saying, oh, this, that, and the third. And nah. You gotta stand tall. You did something illegally. You knew what you was doing illegally. You knew you was over here illegally. And my main thing is, the motherfucker that's over here illegally, we can be over here legally 5, 10, 20 years and shit. Like, yo, if you was over here that illegal and you couldn't get a motherfucking citizenship yet, or even a visa or something, you was milking the system, bro. That's my main thing. You milking the system, yo. You over this bitch for over 5 years and ain't even try to get citizenship. You milking the system, bro. You milking the system. You feel what I'm saying? And I mean, that might be like a contradiction because I don't know how they can do it. Like, if you come over here legally, can you even get a citizenship because you came illegally? You didn't go through the right process. So I don't really know how that works. But what I will tell you is, when you a legal immigrant, you don't pay no taxes. Everything you got, that comes out of your pocket. And a nigga like me that work overtime and work my ass off, I gotta pay taxes. And still pay tax at the end of the year. Like, that's my main thing is, yo, they take tax out your check and you gotta pay taxes back at the end of the year, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I don't understand. I don't even think taxes should even exist, bro. You know what I mean? Like, or it should just be a set. Like, if you 25, if you 15, let's say most people start working when they like 14. Let's say if you 14 to 25, you in this tax bracket. And that's the only money they can take out your taxes. That's it. And then if you 25, or I ain't even gonna say the age. I'm gonna just say the amount of money. You know what I mean? That's why they say tax brackets and all that shit. But yo, I feel like even if you work hard for your money, you shouldn't be getting taxed for it, bro. Like, if you went to school, became a doctor or a nurse practitioner or a surgeon or an engineer or something, you making 80, 90, $100,000 a year, you shouldn't be. You worked hard to get that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I just think taxes is a scam. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, this shit is a scam. But let's get back to see what it, because Buddy, he ain't understand nothing. What's it, California?
California?
Yeah, you don't understand me.
So yeah, you don't understand me.
Turning now to the Trump administration's immigration enforcement efforts and the Chicago area, where Operation Midway Blitz is now underway. Homeland Security is cracking down on truck drivers who are not U.S. citizens. News Nation's Alex Capriello reports.
It's a tale of two towns separated by a state border and about 30 miles worth of highway. In sanctuary city Chicago, the center of Operation Midway Blitz, it's an incredibly hostile environment for DHS officials within the Trump administration. Perhaps that's the reason why DHS Secretary Kristi Noem decided to land right here in Gary, Indiana, to flaunt the latest arrest numbers and also highlight the cooperation she's receiving right here in this red state. Noem, flanked by Indiana Governor Mike Braun and Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons, spoke about the latest emphasis of getting commercial drivers with undocumented immigration status off the road. She says they often don't speak English, don't know the rules of the road, and are getting their driver's licenses in sanctuary states that aren't fully vetting their status and abilities. She highlighted a number of recent examples, like a pileup in California from an Indian driver alleged to be under the influence, and an illegal U-turn in Florida at the hands of a different Indian driver that also killed 3. Noem says since Operation...
Y'all see that? Yo, that what they California was ugly. Yo, as soon as he hit the car, that bitch burst in flames. I go to show you how much power these tractor trailers got, bro. Like, soon as yo hit that motherfucker, that bitch burst in flame. Like that shit was like a train hit it. You know what I mean? Like, God, you know, trains is, you ain't stopping no train. Yo, that shit. Let me show y'all again. Whew. That was bad, yo. I don't think they. We gonna watch that. I'm gonna pull that up next. That one in California. That one in California was ugly. It was ugly. I think he hit like 10 people too. It was hella everybody got hit with that one.
Nome, flanked by Indiana Governor Mike Braun and acting ICE Director Todd Lyons, spoke about the latest emphasis of getting commercial drivers with undocumented immigration status off the road. She says they often don't speak English, don't know the rules of the road, and are getting their driver's licenses in sanctuary states that aren't fully vetting their status and abilities. She highlighted a number of recent examples, like a pileup in California from an Indian driver alleged to be under the influence, and an illegal U-turn in Florida at the hands of a different Indian driver that also killed 3. Nome says since Operation Midway Blitz began, federal agents, alongside partners like the Indiana State Police, have arrested 223 illegal immigrants on the road. She claims 46 of those drivers were handling big rig tractor trailers and another 82 were driving large box trucks and vans. Nome says this new emphasis in the immigration crackdown is all to ensure Americans are safe on the road.
If you are here driving on our streets illegally and our highways, you are endangering our citizens and your days are numbered.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is calling on all governors across America to perform a comprehensive audit to take a look at CDL holders in their state to make sure that they have the knowledge, expertise, and understanding on how to operate a big rig across America.
And in my opinion, they need to keep doing this. Since the governor of Illinois got his underwear outside his pants for these illegals, this right here is the best way to catch these illegal CDL drivers. Yeah, you may not have federal cooperation in Illinois, but if they're driving that truck there, it's a great chance most of them are over the road and they have to leave the state at some point. Then a majority of them got their license from another state and they're just passing through. They just had to get to a shipper or receiver in the state. And in cases like that, all of them will leave the state. So all of those bordering states, Indiana, Wisconsin, Iowa, Missouri, Kentucky, that's where you're going to get them. I mean, look, all they have to do is set up those DOT audits at the weigh station and give them the authority. And they got 146 of them in Indiana just like that. Indiana explicitly being said.
That shit crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, here go back right here.
Sanctuary cities, but the first. So all these states bordering.
That shit crazy, man. 'Cause I'm seeing all these truck ads. Like, what the fuck going on with all these? No.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, I'm good.
Why are you parked here?
Yeah, I parked here 3 hours.
Why did you park here?
You don't know what
Do you
the fuck you
understand
saying.
English? You do? Why did you park here? You see this sign?
Yeah, truck. Over.
What's that sign say?
Things. Must enter, right?
Can you tell me? What does it say? Read. I need you to read that sign.
Yeah, with testing. Next red.
Okay, just read it again.
Wait again.
Read it again.
Oh, trucks. Over 10. Must enter. Wait station next, right?
What is this word?
Taste.
Tense? No.
No?
No. What is it? What does that sign mean?
What's that mean?
ICE says it has now arrested 3,000 people.
Yeah, that shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie, man. Yeah, these that shit. Yeah, like I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not against ICE. You know what I mean? I'm not with them neither. You know what I mean? Like I'm on a tip where it's like I can't stop it. Black people, what the fuck we gonna do? You know what I mean? We've been the prey for so long. Kind of feel good that somebody else the prey. It's like, let me stop playing. we still the prey. We always gonna be the prey. I just seen some shit where I think they just shot a unarmed black boy. I think what the fuck that was at? New York somewhere. I think I just seen. So we always gonna be the prey. But on the tip whereas though, my main thing is like I say, yo, anything you do illegally, you're gonna have to pay for it in one way or another. You feel what I'm saying? Whether it's crossing the border, whether it's selling drugs, whether it's robbing people, invasions, whatever you do, you know what I mean? You gonna have to pay for it one day. And I mean, these illegal immigrants, you know, they days is coming. You know what I mean? You know, it ain't shit that can't be sweet all the time. All good things come to an end at one point. So, you feel what I'm saying? You know, I just want the tip where it's like, if they wanna become a citizen and do it the right way, then they have a pathway for them. You feel what I'm saying? Because I feel like, you know, all illegal immigrants ain't bad, and you know, some of them can come and help the city, and some American citizens is lazy as a bitch. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna say, you know what I mean? Shit, some of them can be swapped out. We can take some of them illegal immigrants and send away some of these lazy Americans. You feel what I'm saying? Because, you know, I will give it to them. You know, they will work. You know? So, but it's on the tip where as though, like, you got that it's a right way to and a wrong way to do things. You feel what I'm saying? And yeah, once you know your time get called and they come cracking down, ICE and Donald Trump and all these motherfuckers, man, you know, you gotta stand tall. You been over this bitch eating good for long enough. You feel what I'm saying? And my main thing is, like I say, just doing the taxes situation, bro. Like, I just don't like how we getting taxed and they giving it to them. Like Biden and all these motherfuckers giving them food stamps. Now, like, I wish I can get some food stamps. You know how food? I'll take $100 in food stamps every month. Just give me $100, I'll take it. Shit, give me $8. I don't give a fuck. Give me $50. Just give me. I don't even care. But they won't even give me no food stamps. And I make below the poverty line. You know what I mean? The average salary in America is $65,000. I don't make that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm below the poverty line. If you be honest with you, you know what I mean? And I ain't gonna say I'm struggling, but shit, yo, they say a paycheck away. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, shit is hard out here, yo. Then you got other bills and shit and everything going up. So I don't like, yo, at least either lower taxes for the American citizens or do something. Like, yo, this shit crazy, but we shouldn't be paying for these motherfuckers to come over here and live the life that we should be living. You feel what I'm saying? I am against that. Fuck, don't get fucked with nobody say. And I think anybody that's logically would. Like, that's like somebody taking money from you to go give it to somebody else. And they ain't put no money, and they not even reciprocating and doing nothing for you. How would you feel? Well, that's like your baby father. He don't do shit for your kids, but he got his step kids. He taking them out, doing this, and like, you know what I mean? What the fuck type shit is that? Gotta take care of home first, bro. You know what I mean? Home come first. In America, we should be coming first. But yeah, man, I just had to get on here and do that little type in that little situation with y'all. It's been pretty slow, so I'm gonna tap about. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be on live later though, probably around about 6 or 7. You feel me? And yeah, we gonna touch on some more topics. I'm gonna touch on the Max B situation. I'm gonna touch on the Baltimore situation too, because we ain't even get to that yet. You know, I gotta stay in my city too. That Baltimore police officer, this bitch ass man, try to hit yo with the car. I'm glad they did charge yo. You feel what I'm saying? But they probably gonna get dropped to maybe like a little manslaughter or vehicular homicide, because he didn't hit him. He almost hit him, but he didn't. You know what I mean? So, but still though, that's why it's a attempt. You know what I mean? It was an attempt. So yeah, man, make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel. We gonna be going live a little later. Make sure y'all check out my other videos, my other content. And yeah, man, like, subscribe, hit the bell, turn on so you know when I'm going live. We on our way to 500 subscribers, baby. We pushing, we getting there. Got like, I think I got like 160 left. We almost there, baby. So shit, I'm definitely getting there before the end of the year. So I'm going live every motherfucking day if I got to. So yeah, man, make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, Robbie TV.